Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Test Automation Lab. So in this video we are going to learn how we can you have seen in the last video, right? We have created a Selenium project and we executed it in the Docker, like we created a container, Chrome and Firefox, and we were able to execute it there. Now friends, we want to create so our end goal is we have to create some type of image of this project and deploy it to the Docker, so that we don't need to execute it from the Eclipse, right? We want to execute it from there. So for that purpose, we will not deploy all our code. We don't need to. Actually, we will create some jar files out of our project and we just need to deploy that. So let's see how we can create jar files out of our project, and then we will first execute those jar files in our machine, local machine, and once everything is good, we will create the image of those and we will deploy it to the Docker Hub. So that's what we are going to do. So first we want to see how we can do this, how we can create jar files, right? So for that friends, what you have to do, I have this build, so let me copy it here first. So this plugin, so first you have to copy this plugin. Let me go to the Word or something, WordPad. Okay, let me go and explain this code to you before we go anywhere. So this is the, oh sorry, yes, did not copy it, so let me copy it again. Control C. Okay friends, now it's good, looking good now. So friends, what we are doing is, you have to, I will just provide this code into the in the description section, and then you can take it from there. So what actually we are doing here is, okay, so here we have three plugins. One plugin is this is a compiler plugin, Maven compiler plugin. So this is the first. The second one, what we have a dependency plugin. Okay, so we have a dependency plugin, and then we have one more that is called jar plugin. Okay, so we have three plugins. So let's see what these plugins are doing. Okay, so first of all, let's see what the third one is doing, right? org Apache Maven plugin, jar plugin. So what jar plugin is doing, friends, if you go to the Eclipse, if you see, we have our code in the source main Java, and also we have our code in the source test Java, right? We have our page objects here and the test cases here. But actually Maven is used for development work, right? So when they create their project, they don't put their deliverables code in the source test Java. They just have some unit test cases, okay, code for unit test cases, and that they just need for their testing purpose. They don't need to deploy it to the production. They just need to deploy the code that they have in source main Java. But since we are using it for our testing, automation testing, and we need to deploy our page objects and also test cases, everything, so for that purpose we need to tell to the Eclipse. Okay, so that's why here what we are saying, okay, so by default the Maven will deploy source main Java, but we are saying, okay, while you are doing that, just also create the jar out of this test. So it will create the jar from here. This code also, it will create the jar files. Okay, so it will create the jar files of this, and it will also create the jar files of this. So that's what we are doing in the jar plugins. Okay, now let's see what the first two plugins we are doing. So the compiler plugin is to compile. Okay, so we are saying, okay, we need to compile using the version 1.8 the source and target. Okay, source and target means, okay, we want to compile this source main Java. So this is our source, and when we are saying test source and test target, it means we are saying this test whatever we have. So we need to compile both. Okay, so that is the compiler. And then we have a Maven dependency. What we are saying in the Maven dependency, okay, we will create the jar files from the page objects and whatever we have in the test case package. but we also want all the dependencies that we have here. Like see, Maven dependency, whatever Maven dependencies we have, we want all those dependencies. So we are saying, okay, while you are creating the jar files, copy all the dependencies and put it in the libs folder. Okay, so this is the three things that we are saying in here. So I just have it here and I will give you this code into the description section. So that's it. So this is my plugin, and before that we have all the dependencies, okay, testng and selenium, and then I just have this in our project. So friends, this is the first thing you need, Maven, these plugins to in your pom.xml file. Second thing is, friends, if you want to execute this code from the command prompt, right? We want to execute it from the command prompt because we are creating the jar files and then we will execute that jar files. So for that you need to download and install the Maven. So if you go here and you go to the Google, you can say, okay, Google, and you say download Maven for Windows 10 or whatever, you can say whatever Windows or operating system you have, and you go here and you can download it from here. See, so binary zip archive, this is what I downloaded. So if you download it, so after that you will get it in your here in your folder structure, like I got it here. See, okay, so after downloads, it was a zip, I just unzip it. So I go here and then you have to go to the bin folder. Okay, copy this path and set it in your environment variable. If you go here, so this is very easy step. You go here and the same way you set for the Java the variables, you can go to the environment variable and you can create this Maven home. Okay, and you provide this path and also go to the path and click edit and provide the path of Maven here also till bin. That's it. So this is what you have to do, and then you have to close your command prompt and open it again. So you have to see whether the Maven is there or not. So Maven, VERSION, Maven version. So you see Maven is there, but if you don't have, like you have not downloaded, it is not in your system, you have not set it in the environment variable, you will see some error. So you have to close it and do that. So we are done with that. Now what we have to do now, friends, I think we are good here. Now let me execute one command so that we will be able to create the jar files. Okay, so what is that command? So first of all, we have to see we have to go to see this target folder. Right now actually I have some code. Actually the first time when you will execute, there will be no, because I have already executed it, so that's why I have some folders. So but when you do it, maybe target folder is blank. So first let me go to the Google automation and take this properties. So you have to go to this path, Google automation. Okay, this is your project path, right? You go here and go to the command prompt. Okay, I already am there. Okay, so this is the thing. So what you have to do first you have to say, okay, mvn clean clean pack. So we are actually executing the Maven command to create the jar file. So this, but while we are executing, if you say Maven clean package, what it will do, it will, by default it will execute the test cases whatever we have in test case maybe. Okay, so we want to skip that. So we say, okay, I want to minus d means we want to provide some variable. So we'll say, okay, skip TESTS, skip tests. That's it. So once you execute this, see, it's executing and build success. Now if you go to the Eclipse and you refresh your project, then the target folder will be updated, and in this target folder you have this Selenium Docker jar. Selenium Docker jar means it has the page objects, and Selenium Docker test jar has all the code for test cases. Okay, so now we got all the codes in these two jars. Also, if you see this libs folder, friends, if you go to this plugin, I have told you, right, here, copy all the dependencies in the libs folder, create a libs folder and put it there. So I have all the dependencies, whatever jars I need, it is here. Okay, so we got everything. Now we can execute this jar file And also there is one more thing, friends. So whenever you make any changes in the code, you have to execute this maven package, this command, maven clean package, because the jar files that we have, it will be not automatically updated. Suppose I made some changes in my home page, right? I made any change, so it will not automatically reflect in the jar files. What we have to do, we have to again execute this maven clean package, so that our jar files will be updated. Now once our jar file is updated, we can execute the test, right? So to execute the test, we have to go, since where is our jar files? It is in the target, right? cd space target. So we have to go here. If you see in the Eclipse, okay, why it's not opening? Okay, see, we have in the target folder, we have all the codes, like all the jar files, selenium docker jar, selenium docker test jar, and library. Everything is in the target folder, so we have to go to that target folder. And once you go here, the command will be, let's see, yes, so this is the command java. So let me explain you. Okay, java -cp. So what we want to execute, we want selenium docker jar, we want selenium docker test jar, we want library. So we are saying, okay, this is all the codes that I have. Okay, and then org.testng, we want to execute the testng.xml file. If you see in our code, we can execute, like if you want to execute, you have to go to the testng.xml file, right here, testng. So here we have all our configuration for the tests, how we want to execute, parallel, and all the parameters and everything. So we have to say, okay, the test is test. You can have more than one testng.xml with different names, but right now we have only one. Now if you hit enter, see what is happening. Now the test is getting executing. Where it's executing? It's executing in our grid. See friends, it's executing in our grid. It's actually executed. So it's already executed. If you go to the command prompt, see, it's done. So now what we did, we created jar files from our project, and then we executed that project from the command prompt in the Docker container, right? If I do it here and I go quickly here, let's do it, refresh here. See, now one request is waiting for the slot and all other tasks is executing. So this is very nice, friends. We did a really good job here. So now it's done. So I think, yeah, we are done with this. Now in the next video, we will see, okay, one more thing, friends. So, okay, let's see, we want to execute. So by default, we are executing in the Chrome browser. Let's see how we can execute in the some different browser, right? So I will say after lips here, -d browser, browser browser is equal to fire Firefox. Okay, so we are saying, okay, we are providing this variable browser, right? You know your code, we made some changes in our base test. So if you go to the base test, so if you don't provide any browser, it will take Chrome, but if you provide the Firefox, it will take the Firefox. So let's see how we can do that. So I just provided that and hit enter. Oh, sorry friends, so I have to go, oh, okay, something here, -d browser browser is equal to Firefox, Firefox. What else? That's it. So this time it's executing in the Firefox. If you refresh, see, but 4 request is waiting because we have only one instance of Firefox in our grid, right? So that's why. So if you refresh, 3, so it's taking some time because we have only one. See, even if it is parallel execution, but there is only one Firefox, that's why it is taking time, friends. So see, now still one request is there. You can see here, right? One request is waiting. So now maybe it is done. Let's see, still it's saying one, so it's taking some more time. Okay, yep, done. See, now every test case is 6 runs, failures 0. Also you can see your report here, right? If you refresh this in the test output, here is the index.html. So you can open it in the browser. If you want, you can just open it. This we have already seen, so that's why I am not again open with web browser. So see, just copy this. See, we can see it here. So friends, this is how we can execute the jar files, like how we can create the jar files and how we can execute the jar files from the command prompt. So that's it in this video. In next video, we are going to see how we can create image of this project. Now we have the jar files, we have to create the image. So once we create the image, we will deploy it to the Docker Hub, and then we can execute that container. So we don't need to execute it from our local place. Our code will be in the cloud. Okay, so thank you for watching. Bye.